Captain Reginald Morman, Reginald. Last name is Moorman. I'm the Assistant Commander of the Major Crime Section for the Atlanta Police Department. And on today we're here because on February the 10th, 2018, around 11:20 hours, Zone 6 units responded to 600 Memorial Drive on a person shot call. Once they arrived, they located a victim who had suffered multiple gunshot wounds. The victim was transported to Grady Memorial Hospital, where he later died. We were able to speak with several witnesses and to kind of backtrack and get the story behind leading up to what happened. The victim was actually at Cafe Circa on Edgewood Avenue with several people. Once he left that location, he was experiencing issues with his vehicle, some issues with his tire. So he pulled over to 111 Boulevard, which is the Texaco gas station, where he attempted to put air in his tires. At that location, he was unable to find a machine to put air in his tires, so he left that location and then traveled up Boulevard towards Memorial, where he ultimately pulled over at 600 Memorial. At that time, he got out of his car and he was shot multiple times by an unknown suspect. At this point, we don't know who the suspect is. We don't have any video of the suspect, and our witnesses are not able to describe the suspect. So we are reaching out to the public to see if there was anyone who may have seen something. We have several versions of what happened. We're trying to determine what happened, when this individual was at the club, if there were any disputes. As far as we know so far, that was not the case. We're also trying to determine if there were any disputes when he was at the gas station on Boulevard, and that so far has not been the case as well. So we have investigators working on it to see if we can come up with anything. So right now we're just backtracking and trying to get people to come forward with any kind of information on this. If you do have any information on this particular incident, of course you can contact the Atlanta Police Department Homicide Unit, or also you can reach out to Crime Stoppers as well to relay any information about this particular incident.
Do you think there's anything in his recent past, any bad relationships? I guess what I'm asking is, do you think he was targeted in some way, that maybe somebody actually slashed his tires to disable his car? What can you say?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we do believe that our victim was targeted, and there's not, a person that's out randomly, that he was randomly attacked. He was specifically targeted. There were other people in the area when this incident occurred, but the suspect actually went after this particular person.
And
so we
are. Tires was part of
that. That is part of what we're investigating, and that's something that we're looking into. But that seems like a very likely possibility.
There's many talks that his dad is very affluent and an advocate, and there's some talks that may be involved in this, that because of his connection with the father.
Well,
you guys heard that?
Of course, we've seen that and we've heard that as well, and that's a possibility that we're looking into. So right now we're just trying to get as much information as we can, and once we do receive that information, of course, we're going to narrow that down and go through all the tips that we receive to make sure that they are valid. So if you do have any information or various theories that are legitimate as to what you think happened, of course, please share that with us. Our investigators will look into each and every possibility to ultimately get to the truth.
Was he alone at the club?
He was at the club with several friends.
And they left, and then they departed separately after they left, and he got into his car and went off on his own.
Well, I don't really know the particulars of how his party actually left, but once we were on the scene and we were speaking to witnesses, they gave us the account that he was at that location and that they left. And there were multiple people in the area when he was ultimately shot.
When you say the club, is that the restaurant where they had dinner, Cafe Circa?
Yes, Cafe Circa and that location was going to be at 464 Edgewood.
Do you think that's where the tires were slashed?
I'm not sure. But he went to that location, and once he left that location, as he was leaving that location, he did have to pull over at the Texaco at 111 Boulevard, and that's where he was trying to put some air in his tires.
So the family described to us that he was having dinner with friends. Are you now saying he was at a club, like partying?
Well, no, not specifically. That I just probably called it a club, but it was at Cafe Circa.
And how would you describe that business? Is it a restaurant? Is it a, I've not been there.
It's in the Edgewood area, in the Edgewood district, and I think that it serves multiple functions at that location.
Okay. So you're pretty sure that one or more of his tires were cut, and that's why he stopped at the Boulevard gas station?
That is correct.
initially, okay?
Yes.
And he couldn't get any kind of air there, so he went to the next location.
That is
And
correct.
that's when he was shot. Do you know how many
And-
times he was shot?
No, I don't.
Did
Is
he
that
die?
gonna be both of the back tires or the front tires? Which tires were slashed?
The reports are that it was both rear tires.
And the female didn't see anything? She can't share anything that's helpful?
The information that I've shared here today was some of the witness accounts that we have thus far. Of course, and the bulk of that was some of the investigation that we have on scene. Of course, the investigators will bring everyone back individually, and we have brought some people back thus far, and they will continue to speak with them to get to the bottom and kind of drill down into everybody's account as to what happened, determining time frames and things of that sort.
So he was with his girlfriend, you said? I'm sorry. He was with his girlfriend, or?
He was with friends.
I mean, but when he was shot, did he have someone in the car with him? When he stopped at that second location?
I can't really speak on that
Okay.
right now.
Last question?
Well, just if you could clarify, were his tires slashed, or were they just was it an accident that they went flat, or were they purposely cut?
Think that they were purposely cut. And like I said, I think that this is, he was specifically targeted.
Can you just speak to the bold nature of this? I mean, it's just unreal.
I mean, it's very bold, and it's a very unfortunate incident. Anytime anyone loses their lives, it's never really worth it. So I think that, we show compassion to the victim and to the victim's family. And as far as the Atlanta Police Department and the homicide unit is concerned, they're here trying to get some truth and answers for that family as to what happened.
And you said you're looking for video, you just haven't found it yet. I mean, there are many opportunities for there to be security cameras at the cafe or along the way, or for this guy who was running eastbound on Memorial Drive, running away. So that's what you're looking for?
Yeah, so of course the investigation started as soon as the officers responded to the location, and then the homicide investigators came out. So they're securing video, trying to see, just retracing steps. And so they're retracing steps from the incident, as well as they're backtracking through our victims' lives to kind of find answers and determine what happened.
But you do believe your gunman was on foot?
Yes, that is the report, that the gunman did flee on foot. All right,
Thank you all
thank you.
very much.